everybody. It's Monday again. I'm imagining that some of you have off for the holiday, and that's wonderful if you do. And if you don't, you might be sneaking out on your lunch to watch Magical Monday. And if you aren't, you might be checking back later in the day when you get home, which is also wonderful. So whoever you are out there watching, thank you so much for joining us on our Magical Monday program. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm trying to get my doc to appear. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
I was just having a moment.
Well.
Oh goodness, we got a bunch of people with us already.
Gilda and Anna and Helena Rose, it looks like.
Yes,
hello.
Happy Monday, and hi. Hi back. And do please mash that like button immediately. Do it now. Don't procrastinate. Do it right now. Do it right now. Share this with your friends. We're trying to be less of a well-kept secret.
Yeah.
Gosh, you've been lots of things. Oh, new viewer. Hello, Peggy. Welcome. Welcome. This is actually, there's a bunch of people showing up today, so this is kind of cool. This would be nice. Yeah, as Lisa was saying, it's for a lot of people. This is that.
Hi, Wendy.
It's that in between Monday. It's not really a public holiday, but an awful lot of people.
Some people did take off because they have off tomorrow.
Well, exactly.
Or they took off today and they have to work tomorrow, or whatever else.
Well,
I see somebody else there. I see Wendy.
Wendy's saying happy full moon. Yes, indeed.
And Jen is there. Hello.
And Marmalena.
All right.
Oh, and hi, Jen. Jen's there as well. Gosh.
All right. So, yes, it is the full moon. And that's, of course, one of the things I'm going to talk about today.
I bet.
Because I always have an astrological talk.
Well, it would be lunacy not to talk about the full moon, wouldn't it?
Actually, there's a lot of stuff going on supporting the energy of this full moon. Or making whatever you're working on that much more important. All right? What do I mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
Well,
exactly.
You know that the tarot scopes went up.
Yes.
So the tarot scope is up on YouTube, and I posted it on Facebook. If you have Facebook, you can link over. And I remind people to always listen to their rising sign as well, because that gives house placement. So what do I mean by that? I mean that when you write horoscopes, you put the sun sign in the first house. So if you're reading Aries horoscope because you're in Aries is going to be in the first house. And all the other houses are in succession around that. But if you have Libra rising and you're in Aries, then the houses are going to be exactly opposite. So what they're saying is going off in your first house is really going off in your seventh. So houses do matter. So if you know your rising sign, that's great. And you can listen to both of those scopes because they'll both be relevant. So, the full moon.
Fascinating. I just hold that thought one second. Do you ever thought about where the word horoscope comes from? And like horizon and horary astrology, I can't even say that.
All based on the sun.
It's all about, well, yes, because what's coming over the horizon at the time of your birth.
That's Horus's name, the Egyptian sun god.
That's probably where we get horizon from.
Absolutely it is. Yeah. So hi, Cass. I see Cass has joined us.
All right. Yeah, hi.
So yes, so we have full moon today, powerful energy. That will also be good tomorrow. So if you don't have time today to focus on it, you could write something up today that you want to work on, and you could work on it tomorrow.
Most auspicious time.
It is.
A most auspicious.
And if for people who've been hanging around, you know that we always say that the sun and the moon have this big dance.
They do.
And whatever sign the sun is in, the moon is full opposite them. Right? So far so good. We know that the sun is in the sign of Cancer.
Yes, if you were born today, you'd be a Cancer, wouldn't you?
Right. And Cancer started somewhere between the 19th and 24th of June.
Although it was the 21st this year.
21st, yeah. And then if we count over, we can see 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, roughly. So we know that the sun is at 11 degrees Cancer.
You just counted that out in your pennants, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse us.
And that means that the moon is full at 11 degrees Capricorn.
Because it's not that hard, because the sun moves 1 degree a day thereabouts, doesn't it?
About.
Give or take.
So it's a little, really today's the 12th day, but we haven't crossed that threshold yet. So.
All right.
All right. So the moon is full at 11 degrees Capricorn. I'm going to get really technical and say that's just into the second decadent, which means we have a little bit of Taurus-y kind of stability to add to that if we didn't have enough stability with Capricorn ruled by Saturn.
She's getting into a decadence now. Oh my.
Oh, I love astrology. This is such a fascinating subject. Anyway, so the Capricorn energy, we always joke that Capricorn is...
Well, they have plans for world domination,
the merchant banker.
They have a hidden agenda for their ulterior motive, definitely.
Capricorn is really the
really
best. The Capricorn full moon is the best full moon for prosperity.
Financial stability.
Stability, right. So now we've got that Capricorn, financial stability, security, foundations. We've got a little bit of Taurus. So we've got that extra added fixed energy, loyalty, groundedness. So it's a really wonderful full moon to work on that which will bring you long-term achievements.
Right.
And, a feeling of financial wellness or physical stability, wellness kind of thing. So it's a really good time to work on that kind of thing. And, when I say work on it, you could do a big elaborate magical working, or you could just do an intention prayer, and because it is an earth sign, it's really good to work earth magic. Like maybe you program a stone or put an intention into a crystal that you're going to carry with you. Or if you were trying to get, a lease or something like that, you program the crystal and you put it with the paperwork of your intention. So it could be a big elaborate spell, or it could be more like an intention or a prayer. That's up to you. But it is, oh yes, he's got his little crystal that he programmed. Yeah. All right. So the other fun thing to do, if you have your natal chart available to you, is to figure out where in your chart 11 degrees Capricorn is.
Oh, so we'd do it backwards kind of thing.
Well, it's like take your chart and look at it, and you can get a free chart on. There's a thing called Astro Cafe, I think, or Astrology Cafe. Anyway, if you just Google free natal chart and put in your information, it'll print you out one, and you find where 11 degrees Capricorn is, and that's like where this is making an announcement. Right? It's saying, look here. Here is where this announcement of stability is happening. Now, for me, that happens to be my house of business. Ooh, like it. All right. And then, in general, for everybody, Capricorn is the 10th house, which is known as the house of career.
Yeah.
So for everybody, this energy could help with career.
Definitely, it's like long-term stuff. This isn't.
Right.
This is not a time for a quick and easy fix. This is a.
No, probably not a lottery win, unless that was going to be something that you would be able to take monthly payouts for or something.
Well, you could.
Hey, you never know.
You could in annuity, I suppose.
So the other thing that's being affected, obviously, is wherever the sun is, because these guys are working together, the sun and the moon, the god and the goddess. So if the Capricorn energy is 10th house career, Cancerian energy is 4th house, house of home. So again, you could see how this kind of stability energy is working. And many times the Capricorn Cancer axis, A-X-I-S, is about mother and father, right? Nurturing and earning kind of thing. Like who's taking care of the home, who's taking care of the career. And I mean, we could move that to modern day because there really aren't any assigned jobs like there used to be. The dad isn't necessarily the hunter-gatherer, and the mom isn't the one who has to cook the meal anymore. but it's that kind of energy. But you could think about how that's affecting you personally, right? What is it that you're nurturing, and what is it that you're trying to gather or work on? So you could look at that.
Hello, Miranda. Thank you for joining us. So, I wanted to say this much about the sun and the moon.
You go for it.
Being in dance. Well, you think about it, the Capricorn full moon is going to occur fairly close, not too far away from the actual solstice, the summer solstice.
Right.
So the sun is at the peak of its power.
Yeah.
The peak of its power. And if you think about it, when the moon is full, because the full moon rises at sunset and sets at sunrise, and is up for the entire night. So we're lit.
The moon is at its peak
We're lit
of power.
all the way through from the sun at the peak of its power, and then we've got this massive radiant moon lighting up all the way through the night. So
you could travel easily at night.
But it's like lit from all directions. If you know what I mean. It's like we have this very auspicious time where really the sun and the moon, even though they oppose each other, they're actually working in harmony together, which is kind of odd because we oppose each other because we're opposite signs as well. But
the next month will be Aquarius Leo. It'll be our moon and sun. Yeah.
Yeah, but we do kind of work in harmony.
Well, they
together.
light each other up, don't they? Well, the moon reflects the sun's light right back at him. You know, they work really well together.
I just love the way that it's one thing that we teach definitely in our Craft of the Wise course. Subtle plug if you've not done it yet, you might
Coming
want to
up
think
again in
about
October.
It's the way that the cycle of the moon reflects the wheel of the year. It's reflected there. There are 8 phases of the moon. Obviously, you know, if you celebrated every one of the 8 phases, you'd be having a ritual every 3 days or something.
Every 67 hours or something.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. So no, maybe not.
No, maybe not.
Yeah.
So I just wanted.
Excuse me, stepmother's blessing.
Oh dear. To let you know that we are starting some Zoom only rituals that we'll do from right here in our little studio sacred space.
Yes, it's lovely. We have
And
our altar here.
we are going to have the Cancer new moon on the 16th. So if you want to join the Zoom circle,
please let us know.
you would let us know and we'll give you the invitation. It'll be Zoom only. And we'll definitely be focusing on the home and healing. I don't know who that is.
Savannah. Hello,
Savannah.
Ooh. And Miranda's saying, oh, how nice. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah,
because we had been doing what they call hybrids.
a mixture. And it's okay, but
It's difficult to have in-person circle and pay attention to Zoom. And the Zoom people sometimes feel like they're being
plain second fiddle, whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's better to separate them now that we can. So we're going to have in-person circles only, our regular Friday night circles. And then we're going to move to Zoom only circles. So you'll see if you go onto our Church of the Eternal Circle Facebook page, there's a list of both circles coming up. Right? There's a list of all of the in-person circles, and there's a list of all of the Zoom only circles. And we're going to try to do 2 a month or so. Like we'll do a new moon, a full moon, or a full moon and a Sabbath, or however it works out with our schedule, because our schedule's pretty tight for the rest of this year. And then next year we'll be holding 21 for the year Zoom only circles.
Yeah.
And we're also going to split our Craft of the Wise class as well. So you can either join in person only or on Zoom only, because again, the in-person ritual is very different from the Zoom only ritual, and it's very hard to kind of have them mashed up together.
It is, but we've learned through doing both of these, and it's if you can do something better, I think you should do it better. That's part of our gig, really.
Yeah.
Continual improvement. So we found a better way. We found that when we'd been forced into a position where we had to do a circle just via Zoom, we were able to focus very much so, and it was a better experience for everybody concerned.
Because you were focused on the screen, you
Right.
could see everybody, and everybody was kind of in the same boat. when you're trying to do Zoom in a public circle, it's kind of like having a seance on the side, you know.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Are you there? I think you're muted.
Somebody drops out or somebody's
You can't pay attention to the room, and then the opposite happens. Yeah. Anyway.
Somebody's dog starts barking.
No, Miranda, you don't need anything in order to join in. If we do have a circle where we would tell you in advance you'll need a candle or whatnot, but this is a healing circle, and we'll probably do chakra balancing or something like that, because Cancer is about healing. It's one of the more nurturing healing signs. So something else is going on right now that's really cool. Like I said, there's a lot of things supporting this full moon, and you really want to take advantage of this. Even though Saturn is retrograde, and I talk about that in the beginning of the taroscopes. So Saturn is appearing to move backwards, and we know that retrograde, we put the R-E, redo, rethink, revisit, right?
Repair.
So Saturn is saying, was there anything that I tried to teach you the last month or so that maybe you didn't get quite right? I'm going to give you 2 more chances. I'm going to go and let you regroup, and then we're going to move back over it. So you get that indelible kind of figure it out. So we do have that going on. But that's okay, because if we're focused and we're doing something good, we can have 3 goods, right? Or at least we can have the 2 that are left. And the unusual thing that's happening is there's a very harmonious energy right now between Jupiter and Saturn.
Which is unusual, because you would have thought they oppose each other, sort of thing. You know?
Well, it's the great benefic and the great restrictor. And I'm not talking about like the grand conjunction that only happens once every 20 years. And we had that in 2020. But there is a harmonious aspect between them, which gives positive energy to Saturn, because Jupiter expands and benefits, right? So Jupiter is shining its light, saying, take advantage of what I'm processing. Take advantage of what I'm bringing into your reality. And Saturn, left hand itching, that's nice. So not only do you have this Capricorn full moon, which is prosperity and stability, ruled by Saturn, which is karma and justice and that kind of thing, with an energy of Taurus for the decadent, which says I give you added stability and loyalty. You also have Jupiter saying I will be willing to expand on that. So now is a nice time to take advantage of that.
Pretty darn auspicious.
It is, especially if there's something going on with career and home. So that's my lot for you for that.
Don't waste this one.
And again, you could also check your own chart for 11 degrees Capricorn, which I think is not too far from your moon in your house of career.
See, you would memorize my chart. I think that was something she asked for pretty early on. Send me your chart. What do I know about that? How do I know? Well, she didn't ask me that. She just asked me, where were you born? What time were you born? Haha, now I know. Yeah. What,
I'm just writing down.
Oh, you're writing down the order of things. Yes.
Savannah.
Get them in the right order, because we can do some cards for these lovely peoples. We should do that.
All right.
What else we got? We got lots of things going on. Oh, it's almost too much.
Oh, well, we've got the live tea on Wednesdays again, so that's a good thing. If you live local and you want to come, it's $5.
Yep.
And they'll explore some kind of divination thing. And so Sean is taking care of that for the most part. And then other, obviously other people who work at the shop, who read at the shop will take a turn. We've got Amaryllis is doing her empath workshops, and I think she's also doing a Meet Your Spirit Guide workshop.
Ooh, that's cool.
The Reiki is starting again on the 20th. It's like last call now.
Last call for Reiki, and it really is life changing. We spoke about that last week, I think. Didn't we, at some length,
there's a lot of stuff coming up, and then again, we're going to run 2 Craft of the Wise classes in October. Astrology will repeat, but I'm in, I think, class 7 of 12 on that, and the Chakra Crystal Energy class is on 7 of 9.
Something like
that.
So
things are, we're
getting around for starting the next cycle soon, if it's something that's been on your mind or whatever. But we're looking to do lots of other stuff as well. I get some fun stuff. We've got all manner of ideas, ruminating.
Yeah, we just need to be cloned.
The trouble is, I'd probably just wind up going down the pub and leaving my clone to it or whatever, or my clone would just go down the pub and leave me to it. I don't know. It's just one of the things, isn't it?
So does anybody have any questions about some work they'd like to do for this full moon? I mean, you don't have to have a ton of time. You can just put aside 10 or 20 minutes to do your focus and your intention. When you look into something called The Secret, which really wasn't a secret, all of metaphysical people knew it for a long time, they said if you focus on something for 17 seconds, it sets the intention. And if you focus on something for 64 or more seconds, but you really can't be distracted from that focus for over a minute, you can make it happen. And I did this once. We had to get a hotel room, and we wanted a particular hotel room for a particular price. And he was laughing at me, and I said, no, I'm going to do it. Wait before you call the hotel. And I had a picture of that room in my mind, and I really, really just saw us in that room. And when he called, we got that room for the discount price, so it was fantastic.
Yes.
Sounds like a lot to look forward to. Oh, yes, there is. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I love teaching. I really love teaching, and it's one of my favorite things to do. But I have realized that the last 3 years or so, with the Zoom and the in-person mixed together, has really been difficult, right? The computer is extremely distracting for me in an in-person class. But if I have just people on the Zoom,
that's where all your focus is.
That's where all my focus is. So I don't feel like I'm missing out answering questions to the people on the Zoom, and I don't feel like while I'm answering the people on the Zoom, I'm ignoring the people in person. So I'm definitely going to enjoy having, some of each.
It's how to make a better job of it. I mean,
you learn from your mistakes.
Well, it's not necessarily mistakes either.
Forced.
You do what you have to do, and so it's the old saying, isn't it? It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. I mean, we had to reinvent ourselves. We had to adapt. We were facing this global pandemic, which effectively closed everything down. So we had to embrace new ways of doing things.
Well, also, we'd love to reach the people who don't live locally.
Well, there's the benefit now.
Some of these classes, people from the UK, California, Canada, all over the place, were able to take the classes that they wouldn't have access to. So I'm not going to give up on that.
Absolutely not.
But I really want to be able to focus on those folks and teach in a way that they'll get the most benefit, as well as focus on the folks in the room. So I think it's one or the other. You either take it on the Zoom, even if you live local, but you feel like you don't want to get out of your pajamas, you can take it on the Zoom, or you make the effort to come in person. So
certainly though, with the Craft of the Wise class, we've learned that there's certain things work in person, definitely, and it's geared for that. And then there's other aspects of the practical stuff that just doesn't translate to Zoom. Like, for example, if you were trying to do collective chanting, for example, ain't going to work on Zoom. It just,
No, everybody has to mute and do their own thing.
Yeah.
Or just listen to us, rather than try to participate. Anyway, or mute and participate. But no, we've gotten, now that we've had enough experience, we know how best to serve people on Zoom and how best to serve people in person. So we're going to go back to that.
Savannah wants to focus her energy, she says, for this full moon on upcoming court proceedings. Is there anything I should add to my ritual? Well, a bit of high John certainly wouldn't hurt.
Well, you could use the Justice card on your altar.
Yep.
Because that is, like bringing things to justice. Also, the King of Swords is a really good justice kind of energy.
Yeah, I think really focus, the main thing is focus here. As Lisa was saying when she was talking about the secret, really focus, Savannah, on the optimal outcome of this and bring that to mind, and maybe even write it down, and so you can focus on it. Yeah.
And for you, if you're working on something that has to do with a settlement for pain and suffering, call upon that Cancerian sun energy as well as the stability of the Capricorn moon energy. So you might want something on your altar that represents Cancer, like a small dish of water, to anoint a stone that you're going to take to court with you, or something like that.
Picture of a crab.
A picture of a crab. No, I'm saying like a practical, like a dish of water that represents Cancer that you can anoint a stone with, that you would take to court with you in your pocket, something like that. Or put with your, legal matter papers. Because like I was saying in the beginning, if you were trying to get a lease, well, now you can, instead of looking at Cancer as home, you can look at the healing aspect of Cancer, and use that energy that way.
Restorative justice. I like that. That definitely will help me focus. I feel that, like, once these are done, my healing journey from this will accelerate. I believe you're right.
Yeah, because you can get it behind you. It's they call it a settlement for a reason. That's the energy settles and things are done. And in ancient times, it was restorative justice that was done. Like you did this to this person and now you owe them 4 cows, things like that. The energy exchange is just different. But a settlement means it is settled and you can move forward from it. So.
Yes, there's no agitation going on anymore.
Right.
That's it. You think about it. You think we're into our, looking at words. We take words for granted all the time when you speak the language. But if you ever really go into it and really look closely at the word, it's so fascinating. You think what that concept of to settle is. To settle. When when the cows are a little bit, justly settle down now, settle. What you got?
Well. Last week we forgot to pull card of the week. We just pulled everybody's cards in.
Oh no!
Went off to Buffalo.
I know we were.
It was a little crazy.
It's been a little crazy,
but again, I wouldn't trade my life for anything. But it is a bit of like chaos, panic, and disorder. My work here is done these days.
It continues. I love it. Gosh, I would take cows for payment. Well, as long as you got the land to keep them, that's it. There you go.
Yeah, we're working on our little small holding. We got a big veg garden planned, and
we've got to share this one. This is a dear friend back in the UK, and just miss them so much. They were good friends of ours, Dave and Sue, and they owned West Pennyland Farm
and Backyard
Studios. So he was a muso as well, quite a competent bass player and guitarist and all that fun stuff. So needless to say, we got on well, and they would come over for us for dinner all the time, and he would help us around the land and all that. But the one time you went and did Reiki on his cows. Tell him about it.
I forgot
it was
about
wild.
That. Yes,
it was just wild.
They asked us to come and Reiki their cows. So as they were moving them into the milking shed, I was shokuraying them all. And I forget, they gave so many liters more milk
it was ridiculous.
that day and the next. And then there was one that I said was definitely pregnant with twins, and it was. They got 2 calves from that one cow. That was, Reiki is so amazing. It really does open an energy, and animals really love it. The animals don't tend to like the master symbol. I think it might be a little too much for their small bodies to take. But they really...
Cows aren't exactly small, though.
No, but they really love chokray. So that was fun. We chokrayed all of Dave and Sue's cows. I'd forgotten about that.
I still have everybody pictures. Started to come over. They were, what's going on
now
here?
They're pushing each other into the milking
I want some
parlor.
of this.
And I have pictures with orbs and stuff. It was so much fun.
They had some wild stuff. That was nice. We do miss Wales.
I do miss Wales, yeah. The algorithm on Facebook has no idea where I am because I still have my friends from Wales that I interact with, and then I part of a local Wales group where they'll post pictures. Where is this? And I'll be like, Pistolate, or where is this? And I'm like, I know where it is. It's too funny. Anyway,
it was love them. So maybe we'll persuade him to because they're.
I don't know. We'd have to go back there. I don't think you get Sue on a plane.
Dave said she's not said. Well, they could always take a cruise.
Yeah, they'll take a cruise.
It's not called a cruise. They come over on the QE2, isn't it?
Yeah, it would take weeks.
It doesn't. It only takes 6 days, not weeks.
All right, so a week over, a day here and a week back would be all they had.
Rather fancy 6 days, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, let's let Thomas run the place. I can tell you that.
My one dog loves Reiki, absolutely. Yeah.
Just got to.
All right. So let's do readings.
And all right.
Let's not forget to do card of the week.
Oh, she's got a light.
I'm going to light a candle because we're not rushed this time.
Because I sure am hard to handle now. Yes, indeed.
All right. So I'm going to take the cards out.
Take the cards out. The cards.
So we're not rushed, so we can each say a little something.
All right, then.
Last week I was like, we got 10 minutes and 10 people.
I'm doing the readings because you can't shut up. That's about the size of
Gilda is first.
Oh, hello, Gilda. Let's see what we got. And for Gilda, we got the Scorpio card. This is my total Scorpio card, Queen of Cups. So this is kind of interesting. I think this is a time to revisit your passions, because you look at the intensity of the focus that she has on that very ornate chalice that she holds up in front of her. What mysteries lie within that, and she's really focused on that. And I think for you've done an awful lot for a lot of people. Maybe do something for you and find your passion, find your, what is it that sets your heart fills it with song, makes your heart sing.
Sets your heart to sing?
Sets your heart to sing. I'm sorry, just arrange the words into some kind of sense, it'll make.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, no, there's much beauty in this world. I mean, but we're driven sometimes just to look at all the bad crap. Because you don't get, here's some great news that happened today on the news, do you? It's all about this happened and that happened and this is crap and that's crap. But there is amazing beauty that surrounds us, even in the simplest of little things, the beauty of the petal of a flower, for example, the coloration of that. And I think if you look for it, and the closer you look, the more you'll see, And I think this is really about reconnecting with your passion, reconnecting with your joie de vivre, your joy of living. Yeah?
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
Gilda, I'm going to say use this card today and make a list of the things that you want to change or manifest or work on, whether it's releasing something or building something or changing something. Make a list and pick one thing that has to do with that stability and manifesting security. Pick one thing and close your eyes and visualize how you want that to work out or how it would be. Just like a quick example, I could say I have a goal for the store today. So I'm going to close my eyes and visualize, 50 different people coming through the door. And, I'm seeing them purchase all the things that they'd love to have. They can easily afford it, and it makes my day. So pick something off the list, one thing that you can focus on for 64 seconds or more. Focus and make it happen. All right.
There you go.
All right. Yes, you can send distance Reiki. I know you can. It does work. People report that they feel it. All right. Next up is Anna.
You go first.
Oh. Anna, you're a little bogged down today, maybe. Sometimes we take up slack for other people. Sometimes it's for friends, sometimes it's for our significant other, sometimes it's for people that we work with. And many times we really don't get any credit for that slack we're carrying, you know. In any partnership, it ends up totaling 100%, but it's not always 50-50. So I feel like the Capricorn moon is offering you strength to carry something for somebody else and really make it amazing, right? You see this guy is wearing the strength cards color, that Leo kind of strength energy. And he's bent over, but none of the sticks are touching the ground. So I think whatever it is you're going to carry, you're going to do it well, and you're going to allow someone else to benefit and be very proud from that carry.
We need a new candle.
Ooh. All right. You read this and I will find it.
Oh, candles. Yeah, this I love this card because again it is, you know, it's all about how you see it, said the spider to the fly kind of thing. Yeah, a lot of people say, you know, oh, why me? Why does everything have to be so hard? But I would also suggest, look at you. Look what you can do. Mm-hmm. What you can do, and provably do it. And it's and yes, many happy returns, because it was your birthday, I think, yesterday. Am I right in thinking?
Yep, she's saying she just recovered from her birthday with a little bit of a hangover.
It's okay to tie one on once in a while. It's fine.
I had some wine last night for the first time in a long time. Yeah,
it was nice wine. So it's kind of interesting that you know that you have this degree of fortitude. You're a lot stronger than you think you are, and you, I think you are quietly confident of your capabilities. But you're even stronger than you think you are, and I think that's something that you can do it. You can do it. You can do this. You know you can do this.
We've had a lot of wine this past couple of weeks. Actually, we haven't. Sorry.
Yeah, we like to cook with wine. That's for sure. Sometimes we even put it in the food.
No, anyway. No, I was saying I hadn't had wine for a long time, but I think I'd like to clarify I haven't had that much wine.
Oh well,
in a long time. I usually just one glass.
Sort of polish off the bottle, to be fair. But I mean, that's
but
okay.
yeah, I think sometimes we don't realize how much strength we have.
And it's good, you know, and it's not just necessarily physical strength. It's like mental fortitude as well. I think this is what we speak of there. Fortitude. That's a good word, that, in that. So you can do a nice old heavy lift when it comes to be, but yeah, no worries. You got this. You got this. That would be, you know, it's even if it is a, you know, you've got it. You get this. There is no question that you haven't got it.
All right, shuffle them up, and you go first for Helena.
All right then. Oops, I guess it must be this one.
Maybe. Ooh.
Oh, hello. This is an interesting card. You got the 2 of Wands here, Helena. Helena, however I'm supposed to be saying it. I've no idea.
Helena Rose.
Okay, all right. I love this. Again, this is ostensibly on the face of it. This person has it all going on. You know, they're on this beautiful outlook, I guess, of a gorgeous Italianate villa with, beautiful sea view. They've got literally the whole world in their hands here. And there's a ploughed field down here, which is interesting because ploughed fields always indicate as yet unrealised potential for growth or opportunity. So, but there's one wand up in the air, and one's been sort of grounded down, but one's still up in the air a little bit. And if we look here, the person's looking away to the left, out to sea, which sea is indicative to me of emotions as well. So I think there may be a little bit of an unresolved emotional issue that might be way back there. You're still sort of processing a little bit, but it's all good. There's if you can take the blame out of the thing, especially if you're holding yourself responsible for it, which, a little bit of introspection could be useful here, and in a non-judgmental way, especially to try and make amends with yourself and say, it's okay, I can move forward from that. Because this card shows great potential,
Yeah, it's interesting. What I was getting is a reunion of sorts, either someone coming to visit you or you going to visit them and coming to some sort of resolution or healing process between you. So I feel like like you were saying, there's something emotional from the past that is being resolved, but I feel like it has to do with actually someone physically traveling in order to make that reunion happen. So you may have been talking on the phone or through social media, but I feel like there is an actual physical reunion that will resolve a lot of issue for you.
Coolness.
All right. So next up is Cass.
All right, your turn.
I'm going to shuffle.
All right then. Apparently something I said made Helena laugh. I know.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Cass. Well, this card is called Judgment, and it is Archangel Gabriel. Now, Gabriel was really interesting. He's credited with coming to the Mother Mary and telling her of the story about, the Christ myth. But he's also credited with coming to Joan of Arc to give her strength. And this is a card of kind of a resurrection energy. You can see these people. This card is really wild because he's blowing a horn that has one tone for each of the chakras. There's 7 lines coming out. So it's talking to our groundedness, our physical body, our willpower, our emotional center, our creative communication, our intuition, and our connection to spirit. And it's reviving all of those things through the strength of Gabriel. So what on earth? Oh, we've got a spammer.
We'll just lose this. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Here.
So there's an intensity, I think, around this full moon and for the next 2 weeks until the new moon, of releasing something and resurrecting something. And it may be something that's kind of been going on like a push me, pull me for a bit, but there is going to be an energy that kind of fixes it or finishes it or brings it to the next stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, this is for Cass, right? Yeah. I think again this card very much about judgment, and we're all our own worst judges. I think sometimes we. Sort of almost following on from... isn't it interesting that there's always like this underlying kind of theme
for whoever's
that kind
here,
of goes on, yeah. It's kind of cool. It's okay. I think, stuff happens and we can never undo what's happened. and sometimes if we hang on to something, especially if we you know, the what ifs, if onlys and what ifs. It's like it can never really benefit us moving forwards. Yeah, we can learn from past mistakes. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. I know.
The lesson will be repeated until learned. Right?
Yeah, otherwise it becomes a bit of Kluber around the side of the head there. But it's kind of interesting that we do tend to be, you know, sometimes we're like that evil twin, you know, that's sitting on the shoulder. Why'd you go and do that? What'd you do this for? What about? And we bring ourselves down with our, I don't know, lack of positive reinforcement to ourselves. So, you know, we say, you know, be careful about how you judge others, but think about also how you judge yourself. Because ultimately, you know, it's how you treat yourself really affects how you treat everything else. Your relationship with yourself is key to your
sets the way
it
that
sets
you
the way
transmit.
Everything else. So I think that's the lesson for you here, to try and be a little kinder to yourself, and allow yourself to you know, accept, you know, things could have been better, but things could also have been a lot worse. So just, you know, just ease up a little bit on the self-recrimination, you know, even if you're not consciously doing it, you know, just you know, try to be a better friend to yourself, I think is the thing. And I think by doing that, you will allow yourself to really flourish. Flourish, is that the word? That's a good word, isn't it?
All right, so you go first this time for Miranda.
All right, Miranda, let's have a look at that. Oh, hello. I love this card, the High Priestess. This really is, the information's there. She's so willing to share it with you, but you have to ask the right questions. You have to ask the right questions. So, you know, that's the key. I think you know what I mean here. It's not just the question, it's how you ask the question. I think that's the key here. I'm going to throw that one over at you.
Oh, right, that was quick. All right. Right away what popped up to me was something coming to you in dream time that you're going to be able to pull forward into present awake time, right? Sometimes things come to us in a dream, and the first couple of times this happens, we don't quite understand what it meant or why it was there or how best to make use of that information. But I feel like something that's been kind of pushing at you in dream time is going to now flow over into real time, from other into now, and it'll be information that you can really, really use for your highest good. So some kind of energy or information or vision that has been part of sleep time is now going to be clearer to be used in wake time. That's my reading for that.
Yes.
All right. Last but not least is Savannah.
Is it me or is it you?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's you.
Okay.
Because I think I just went first.
Oh, you did?
I did. I don't know.
I have my full moon shirt on today.
We're both wearing blue, we noticed that. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, some days it's good.
It's funny, we don't get
Blue
dressed
Monday.
together, but we seem to choose. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, Savannah.
Opinions.
Notice these guys all have their own stick, and they all have different colors on, and they all have different agendas. I'm going to say, now more than ever, pay attention to what you know, not outside advice. You know, looking back at what was going on today, talking about legal settlements and things like that for you. You know, you've got this attorney and the other attorney and the insurance company, blah, blah, blah. All these things. Just dot your I's, cross your T's, stick to what you know is right. I just think there's going to be so many opinions and like almost like a browbeating where people are trying to get you to sign something else or do something else or wait for this or look into that or what. Deep breath, focus, and do what you know inside of you is the right thing to do.
What she said, Savannah. I think, yeah, as this is drawing to a close, there will definitely be this period of freneticism, for want of a better word.
Fives are struggle.
Yeah, it's like, look at this card. When I see this, I think, yeah, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and and there's lots of opinions being foisted around here, and it's a fairly disharmonious thing. So I'll just give you 3 words in Welsh: dal idea. Hold your ground, stand your ground. Not one step backwards. Just be that fortitude. Courageous. It's okay. It's just a lot of noise.
Do your own focusing and don't worry about the others.
It'll settle. What time of year is always hard?
This time of year.
This time of year. Oh, got you. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So the comments are catching up. All right, so yeah, Savannah, focus on what you want to focus on. And Cass, you're always welcome. And Helena Rose, you're welcome too.
Indeed. You're the reasons we do this. You actually are. It's okay, Savannah. It's all going to come out. In the end, it'll be fine. It is.
It's like you've been working on it. You know what you're doing. You've got your resolution. You've got your situation under control. But now these outside forces are trying to argue back and forth on your behalf or not. And
this is not settled.
Yeah.
We're looking for a settlement.
You're looking for a settlement.
Settle down.
This is a perfect day to manifest what has to be.
Mm-hmm. Exactly thus. Is that everybody?
That's everybody. And now card for the...
Yeah. Well, that would be it. Thank you, Anton. I was afraid to type that. Opinions are like buttholes. Yeah. Well, they are. Everybody's got one.
All right. Card for the week?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And we got...
Don't let somebody steal your thunder.
No.
Right?
No.
Here's what I'm going to say I think this is. Sometimes we feel like we're the only person who gets it. That there are people around us asleep, not paying any attention, while we're doing our best to hold everything together. So you may feel a little bit like that in general this week. But what nobody ever notices, there's this tiny little army over here. So there are forces to be used for your highest good. You just need to stop and focus.
So yeah, Miranda, yes, we did read you. I think you got the High Priestess, if I recall.
Yeah, you'll have to go back. You have to scroll back to the High Priestess card, yeah.
Because, there you go. I'm sorry about that. Hey, technology, it happens. Yeah, this card
is for everybody for the week.
I think, is this the one where you say, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, kind of thing? Because sometimes this is. If you notice, there is this. This is the army at camp here, obviously, and there's the brigadier or whatever, giving his orders group. Well, the one man, we have this amazing action on pincer movement on the enemy. We'll catch you with a bounce down. They'll write about us in history. It'll be bloody marvellous. Meanwhile, this character's coming along stealing all the swords. So come the morning, this may not be a totally effective army. There might just be a bunch of angry men going, you're very, very naughty. So not really equipped to fight a war. This is about keeping your focus very much on what needs to be done, and paying attention to the details, and not losing sight of your overall objective at the same time. Because sometimes we can get so focused on the minutiae of the task at hand, we forget about the task itself. And why we're actually doing that. So this is about the importance of planning, but oversight and keeping everything in a good focus.
And this card I also use for like saying it's not a time to loan or borrow.
Yeah.
So you got to use your own kind of strength.
Neither a lender nor borrower be. Isn't that who the heck
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. That's right.
Yes, please.
We only
please,
have a couple of likes, and there's tons of you there.
So yes, please make those numbers match.
Yes, it says there are 28 viewers and only 10 likes.
Come on.
So come on, people.
Fix it.
Hit that like button.
Fix it. So yes, not a bad card. Just it is
a reminder.
It's say mindfulness, because wasn't that our word for last week? Mindfulness.
I don't know.
It continues. Be mindful of what it is you're trying to achieve. Don't lose focus of the overall picture because you're too focused on the minutiae of what you're trying to do. So there you go. Holy cow! You're right. There is an army. Yeah, there's an army there. Did you not know?
Oh, I hope you have the big cards for looking at detail.
I wish they were even bigger. A lot of people don't realise Pamela Coleman Smith actually painted these life size, and sadly they are. The paintings are lost unless they turn up in somebody's
right. You kind of think
somewhere.
that that's a cloud, but it's an army with a guy with a big stick.
Yep.
Or else it's somebody leading a concert. Who knows?
Yes, we're having an orchestra there. No,
these people are working in concert with you. Anyway,
it's cool. There's so much on those cards.
Consort.
Well, yes, concert and consort.
All
now
right.
we go more into words. Words. I want to get a big set. Mine are quite small. You really. I wish they were even bigger.
Yeah,
to be honest,
yeah,
I wish they were even bigger.
I would like them like 8 by 10. Then they'd be big enough to see. But anyway.
Well, we might. I hope that when we do the book, they're going to allow us to do like a coffee table book with a like 10 by 8 sort of shot of each card in there.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Because we're putting some real focus in there. It has to be said. So yeah, there's so much. We just learned so much just by looking.
It's just crazy.
I think Pamela's sort of talking a bit as well.
She was an Aquarian. She gets me.
I don't know.
Right.
You
Anyway,
don't come with a user manual.
Full moon. Set an intention. Do something good. Make the most of it. Make the most of that harmony between Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn ruling Capricorn. Capricorn full moon. Work on career or money or home or something good for yourself. All right? Have a great week, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Come to the tea on Wednesday if you're out and about. And if not, we'll see you soon. Peace and blessings.
Yeah, that's us. So have a safe and happy 4th of July, everybody, for tomorrow, for Uncle Sam's birthday. And if you're working, I'm sorry. But, it's not work if you love it.
The United States is Cancerian. How about that?
Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Do please share this with your friends.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
All of the fun stuff. All right. Bye for now.
Bye. That's a good one.
12. Do you